One night, 68-year-old security guard Frank faced 5 armed robbers at the mall. What they didn't know was that Frank had spent 25 years in special forces. It was 11:30 p.m. at Oakwood Shopping Mall. Frank Morrison walked his usual security rounds. With his white hair, slight limp, and thick glasses, he looked like any retired security guard. For 30 years, he'd worked this job. Quiet, polite, reliable. Kids called him Uncle Frank. At 11:45 p.m., Frank heard glass breaking at the main entrance. 5 masked men stormed in, weapons drawn. "Move! Hit the jewelry store!" shouted their leader. Frank could have hidden, could have called police. But something deeper awakened. 25 years of military training. You see, Frank Morrison was actually Colonel Franklin Morrison, one of Delta Force's most experienced operators. Iran hostage rescues, Afghanistan special ops, Bosnia peacekeeping missions. 25 years serving his country in the most dangerous assignments. At 47, he retired, wanting a simple life. A job nobody would question, night security. But his body remembered, reflexes still sharp, tactical mind still elite. Frank analyzed from the security office. 5 men spread out, 2 in the jewelry store, 1 in electronics, 2 guarding the entrance. Using 25 years of experience, Frank cut power to specific sections. The mall plunged into darkness. "What's happening?" the leader yelled. Frank moved through shadows toward the electronics robber. Despite being 68, his movement was fluid, professional. The robber never saw him coming. One swift move. Down, silent, clean. 2 robbers were smashing jewelry cases. Frank slipped through the back entrance. "I got the diamonds, you grab the gold," one said. Frank watched through security cameras. His reflexes kicked in. The first robber found himself on the ground, an arm around his neck. The second reached for his weapon. Frank was faster. The 2 leaders at the entrance realized something was wrong. "Tony, Marcus, where are you?" they shouted into their radios. Frank walked toward the main entrance. No more hiding. Under the emergency lighting, the old security guard appeared, hands up, glasses on his nose. "I'm just the night guard," Frank said calmly. "I don't want any trouble." "Old man, get out of the way or we'll—" The leader never finished. Frank's 25 years of muscle memory kicked in. 2 seconds. Both weapons were gone. Frank called 911. "Hello, this is Frank Morrison, security guard at Oakwood Mall. I have 5 armed robbers here. They're all secure. I mean, neutralized." When police arrived, they were shocked. 5 professional criminals taken down by a 68-year-old security guard. "Mr. Morrison, how did you manage this?" Frank smiled. "Long story, but what matters is everyone's safe." The next day, local news ran the story. 68-year-old hero guard stops 5 armed robbers single-handedly. Frank avoided the media. No press conferences, no interviews. He just returned to work. But now everyone saw him differently. The kids had even more respect for him. "Uncle Frank, are you really a superhero?" little Emma asked. Frank knelt down to her eye level. "No, sweetheart. I'm just a regular person trying to do what's right. Real heroes are all around us every day. Teachers, doctors, firefighters. You can be a hero too when you grow up." That night, Frank walked his rounds again. The mall was quiet once more. But now it felt different. He looked at his old military ID card in his pocket. Colonel Franklin Morrison, Delta Force. He smiled and put it back. Some things are never forgotten. But the most important battle is being a good person every single day. Sometimes the greatest heroes are the ones you'd never suspect. They don't wear capes or seek glory. They just show up when needed and do what's right. Frank Morrison continues his night shifts at Oakwood Mall. To most people, he's still just Uncle Frank, the friendly security guard. And that's exactly how he likes it. Because real heroism isn't about recognition. It's about being ready when the moment calls. And sometimes that moment comes when you least expect it.